Hey, it's Kent Jones with Jones and Associates PC in Cleveland, Tennessee. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about health insurance in the state of Tennessee. I think for most people, when you join an employer or corporation as an employee or some other capacity, they provide group health insurance options for you when you are filling out your application. Employers in Tennessee are not required to provide group health insurance, but the fact of the matter is that most of them do as a benefit. If it is provided, then there is a provision in the law for you to continue with COBRA benefits in the event that you leave that employer. There are some employers who are what's called self-insured, and what that means is rather than an insurance company paying for the treatment, the corporation or employer itself pays for the treatment out of the fund. And generally, the way it works is they hire what's known as a third-party administrator, or a TPA. And a TPA kind of looks like an insurance company and may in fact even be a company that does insurance, but their job is solely to make the decisions on the claims, and usually they pay the claim and then get reimbursed by the employer. Pursuant to federal law, states cannot regulate self-insured policies. The big thing about going with the group policy with a new employer is that usually you don't have to worry about pre-existing conditions. If you were self-employed before 2014, or maybe a single member LLC or PC or something like that, then most of the private companies that you went to get health insurance would not cover pre-existing conditions. Now, when the Affordable Health Care Act, or Affordable Care Act rather, ACA, came into play in January of 2014, you had an option to go on the website, I think it was healthcare.gov, and still is, I believe, and kind of go through what you do and provide them a lot of information, and then you were able to pick out a plan that suited you, and you could get credit for it, which in relationship to the taxes that you pay. What that did, I think officially everyone knows, it was known as Obamacare. What that did was it really opened up the door competition-wise for private health insurance carriers to start thinking about providing policies that did cover pre-existing conditions, and they became a little more liberal in what was out there. And so the competition is a little greater now than it was. As of 2019, if you go on the internet, you run into the traditional healthcare.gov, which under my understanding is still the Obamacare, and then you also run into TrumpCare, and it's a little bit confusing. My suggestion, if you're out there on your own looking for health insurance and not with an employer, would be to find a small local company that deals with the government plans as well as private plans, and sit down and have a long talk with them about your options. that may be a better idea than just getting into the internet, which kind of is a broad zone, and you may end up going to the wrong place. As far as what we do in our practice, insurance law, traditionally we did a lot of insurance defense. Right now we're getting into insurance bad faith actions and breach of contract actions on insurance policies. My background was 15 years actually of insurance defense work, and then in 2016 I studied and took the test and got my Tennessee Life, Health, and Accident producer license, which I don't use, but just basically use the knowledge in my legal practice. If you have any questions about health insurance or have a legal issue regarding health insurance, don't hesitate to call me. My number is 423-424-6208. You can reach me by email at joneslaw08@gmail.com. Our web address is www.jonesandassociateslawfirm.com. It's all spelled out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.